No, 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 thank you. Better stay right there, sir. 6 feet. There's still COVID rules. They still apply. Oh! Whoa, whoa, whoa. Calm down there, pony. Oh, he's standing like Spider-Man. Oh, shit. What the fuck?
Hola.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna just ignore that. I'm gonna just. That was me. I knocked that down.
A figure dressed all in black and riding a broomstick. The figure was on top of a burned out car while they scream at.
What the hell is that?
The Black Cat of Kilkee. In 1968, Margaret O'Brien purchased an abandoned home. Workmen reported stories of animal sounds. One night, Margaret stayed at the house and saw the cat in the middle of the hallway. She was terrified and called the local priest to bless the home, which seemed to work until drunk men called a seance.
Was stunned at what he saw. Take a look. YouTube paranormal investigation channel Ashes to Ashes often looks into cases of hauntings and possessions. A woman named Gail contacted them, claiming that after experimenting with a Ouija board years ago, she's been plagued by paranormal experiences ever since. She says that the worst of it happens at night. She hears voices, feels burning on her skin, and gets scratched, slapped, and even choked. The investigative team arrives to attempt to document her experiences, hoping to help her by proving that what she's going through is indeed real. During their time in the house, the team's cameras capture a variety of mysterious and terrifying sounds, such as footsteps moving from one side of the house to the other.
Now her dog's confined to one room, so there's no reason why the footsteps should be running from one side to the other.
They use specialized equipment to attempt to communicate with the entity and hear fairly clear voices saying, "Gregory."
Who's breathing in my ear?
"Tom wants you." And "Go with him."
Is there anything that would like to,
The investigator then feels something breathing right next to his ear as he attempts to communicate with the disembodied voices.
I know you were downstairs because I felt you and heard you. I heard the breathing that Gail always hears.
Gail begins to feel the entity touching her and immediately sees bruises appearing on her body.
We're not here to antagonize you.
However, the most terrifying message is heard after Gail becomes so uncomfortable that she feels compelled to leave the room. The investigators continue asking questions, and the entity says, "We've all come for her, we've all come for her." This chilling message is the last the team receives, and while it isn't certain what the voices want from Gail, it does sound as though she could be in danger. Hopefully, the Ashes to Ashes team were able to help Gail finally exorcise her demons. There's been significant debate over recent UFO sightings as to whether they're legitimate sightings or simply other objects floating by in the sky. In the instance of this video posted to Reddit by user Devon Finn, the comment section following the video is full of such debate. The video in question is a short clip depicting a floating orb of light travelling through the sky.
What the f is that?
As the uploader questions what exactly they've seen, the comment section of the video is torn. with many naysayers crying that the footage simply shows a Chinese lantern floating through the sky. Other commenters are not quite so cynical. Several viewers corroborate the poster's initial idea that the video has picked up a legitimate UFO. Citing their own experience having witnessed nearly identical flying objects themselves, these commenters are decidedly not in favour of the Chinese lantern theory. I'll throw this one out to you guys. What do you think? Is it really just a Chinese lantern or something else entirely? Let me know in the comment section below. A paranormal orb is a spherical object that's often seen in photographs or videos and is believed by some to be a manifestation of the supernatural. Orbs are often associated with ghostly activity or the presence of spirits, and some people believe you can actually communicate with spirits of the deceased through orb photographs. Instead of deer or another animal, the image appears to show a ghostly figure. It's wearing a long white dress and looks to have strange hair, or is possibly wearing a bonnet of some kind. When YouTuber Patrick Cochran decided to visit the notoriously haunted Hinsdale house in New York, he was certainly hoping to capture some ghost encounters on camera. According to the legends, the Dandy family moved into the property during the 1970s, believing they had found their dream home. However, their dream quickly turned into a nightmare. In the beginning, the family would receive bizarre phone calls. Objects started moving around the house on their own, and the family heard mysterious demonic chanting coming from the woods nearby. They even started seeing apparitions of a woman in white, human-animal hybrids, and demons. On one particular night, the family noticed several sinister-looking faces staring at them through the windows. However, when Mr. Dandy ran outside to confront the trespassers, the faces suddenly reversed and were seen peering at him from inside the house. The incidents eventually turned violent when objects began hurling themselves at the family, causing significant injuries. At this point, the family called a team of paranormal investigators, along with a priest named Father Alphonsus. The priest performed an exorcism while the family and investigators watched. Unfortunately, the exorcism didn't work, and the family was forced to move out of the house. In this video, uploaded to YouTube by Patrick Cochran, a group of paranormal investigators decide to visit the house, which many believe could still be haunted by the same demons that plagued the Dandy family. As the investigators search the premises, they inadvertently capture something rather chilling. While peering into one of the bedrooms with a flashlight, a strange shape seems to manifest out of the darkness. The uploader believes that this shape could actually be a disembodied arm and shoulder of some sort of ghostly entity. If you slow the footage down, there is certainly something there, and it does indeed bear an eerie resemblance to an arm. It's only there for a split second, then it disappears, just as mysteriously as it first appeared. What do you think the strange shape could be? Is it really the arm of a ghost, or could it be something else entirely? Love to get your opinions on this one in the comment section below. In a world where CCTV security cameras are everywhere, creepy ghost sightings are becoming more and more common. Take this video for example. When the video begins, all that we see is a lovely lounge room full of beautiful furniture. However, if you turn your attention to the glass door on the right side of the frame, you'll quickly notice that something seems amiss. Not long after the footage begins, we can see what appears to be a white, semi-transparent figure forming on the other side of the glass door that leads to the lounge room. The figure quietly slips into the room, and once inside we can get a better look at this bizarre apparition. Although seeming to be made out of mist, it appears to be human in shape with a distinct body and head. The figure begins to move from the doorway towards the center of the room. However, as it approaches the center of the room, it begins to fade. As it reaches the middle of the room, it disappears as mysteriously as it appeared. The TV flickers. Then, what looks like a child's face appears in the middle of the static. Uploaded by YouTube user Mysterious Things, this footage shows one of a few recent UFO sightings that showcases a craft that looks quite technologically impressive. Captured flying over a 2018 crowd in Quebec, the craft in question appears to be unlike anything we've seen before. Appearing to be extremely technologically advanced and unlike any craft created to date, the potential UFO appears more like something from a sci-fi movie than an airplane or helicopter. While this clip is short and at times the camera work is incredibly shaky, what we do see certainly raises some questions. With bright lights up and down the sides of the craft and a futuristic sci-fi design, the aircraft in question is unique. Without a concrete idea of where the flying aircraft in question could have come from, it seems the possibility of it being a legitimate alien craft is higher than your average UFO sighting. YouTube channel Horrifying Nightmares is no stranger to ghost encounters. It seems that their home has had more than its fair share of visitations from beyond the grave. Their kitchen in particular seems to be a beacon for paranormal activity. Their YouTube channel boasts numerous videos depicting the ghostly apparitions and possible poltergeist activity that have kept the family on edge for months. Because the visitations have been so frequent, they decided to set up cameras around the house, so that they'd be prepared to capture all of the fascinating yet terrifying ghost encounters. In this clip, their young child gets seriously spooked while playing with the refrigerator magnets. As the child begins moving them around, the magnets suddenly slide across the refrigerator, as if manipulated by some unseen force. The child is clearly startled and runs around the corner to another room. It's easy to see why some might think that the magnets were on a string being pulled by someone off camera. However, if you zoom in, it appears there's no string at all.
What happened?
If this video does indeed show evidence of a real ghost encounter, it seems unclear what the spirit's motivations are for visiting this family. Is it malevolent, or is it just bothersome? Was the ghost trying to scare the child, or was it just playing along? No harm has been done so far, but only time will tell.